we're live. Today I have the honor of interviewing Asun Eastwood. The Toronto, Canada MC is a dope MC. He has over 11 projects available on digital streaming platforms. And in 2023, he's released Seventh and Don't Reach. We're going to bring him in and talk to him about his discography, his performance last night with Conway, and everything he's got going on. Let's go ahead and bring him in.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Salute. Salute.
My brother, thank you so much. What an honor to have you on.
No problem. Thank you for inviting me.
Hey, been banging your discography, album after album, track after track. You, in 2023, you've released 2 projects, Don't Reach and Seventh. Seventh is incredible. You released it on July, the 7th month, on the 7th day, 2023, when you add it up, 2, 2, and 3. Right. 2 and 2 is 4, plus 3 is 7. 7, 7, 7. The album is called Seven. It's got 7 tracks on it, and it's the 7th year of music. Talk to us about this dope project and the dope concept.
Seventh is just something necessary. You know, I haven't, in this time, since I've been out here, I haven't really done a project with various producers. So that's something I always wanted to do. And I wanted to just let something fly that felt more just like of where I'm at.
Yeah.
A lot of these projects that I've dropped had been maybe a year already done, and then you guys get to hear it. This one kind of felt a little bit more fresh. When I released that, at least 4 or 5 of those joints were within the month or 2.
Yeah.
So it had like a fresh feeling, you know what I mean? It didn't feel stale. So that alone, it had to be done. I came July 2016 with my first single ever since coming back to this rap thing, because it was something I wasn't thinking about.
Yeah.
When I came back again, it was a single, 2016 of July. It just made sense. I couldn't miss this date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had a plan, so I'm like, let's do it.
And the whole idea is so dope, right? Like at some moment you were like, yo, I'm going to do it like this. Right. And the whole thing came out incredible.
Beautiful.
You know what I mean? Talk to us about the importance of the number 7. You know, you unpack it in the project, right? The intro, outro.
Right.
Talk to us about that.
It's divine. It's a divine number, you know? And being that my birthday is February 23rd, right? So that even adds the extra 7.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
23, right.
Yeah. So that add the extra 7. It's just, it felt, we came out of a time where, with all the COVID stuff, all that type of shit, I was going on a tremendous run during that time. Like I was doing 5 and 6 projects at that time, just getting my shit out, just letting people know, putting people on. So getting through that time, and this 7 is just such a, it was, to be honest, 2022 was a tough year, right? Just a tough year, just not just me, I could just see the world, you feel it, right? Yeah. And I just felt like, yo, as long as you walk in alignment, yours will come true. What you want will come. So knowing that, during the time, let's just go through. And at that time, we just did the Ghostface show. We were planning the Ghostface show out here in Toronto, which was one of my first big shows. Salute Lord Fury, Supreme Jeans thing. Yeah. And we did that show. I was like, this just, it's divine. It's divine alignment. And I think from that point on, this whole music thing's been taking another turn up.
Yeah. That's so dope, man. And I think that, you know, artists, just the nature of working in something that's creative and, you know, creating and then making a living off of it, and the merch and the way the connections happen. Right. Artists are very much connected to God and the divine, right? And it's through our music, right? The artists then help people have something to listen to that is talking about these connections, you know, so it goes full circle. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm about, just the divine. And sometimes, to me, it's like a thin line between the divine. Like, just like there's a thin line between love and hate, God and devil is a thin line too. So everything you're given, for you to understand God, you have to know the devil.
Yeah.
Right? For you to understand what feels good, you have to know what feels bad. If you don't know what feels bad, you never know what the meaning of feeling good is, right?
Yeah.
So I think throughout my whole discography, it's always within verses, I'll give you something that's nutritious, and then give you the hurt right after. You know what I mean? Like the pain of all that. So it's beautiful. That's me, man.
Yeah,
it's
man, that's super dope. Yo, so I feel really like, for me, it's amazing that you're on the show today, because you were just on the big stage last night.
Right.
Talk to us about the incredible show and that,
right.
you know, being at the Opera House.
Right. It was dope, man. Shout out Conway. He came through, tore it down. Shout out his artist, Goose, by the way. Jay Skeese, the drum work artist. Jay Skeese had to leave, unfortunately. Praises due to that brother. Yeah. Hope everything went well with him. But shout out to my people, Soze, Juco, Snacks, MBK, Fury, Cool Breeze. Like, we killed it, man. Honestly, the feedback right now, I'm like, my phone, I have so many missed calls.
Your phone is crazy, right?
Crazy right now. Like, shout out everyone here. My man Trey Paul in here right now. Like, people, the energy right now is beautiful. We did what we did. We came off the Styles P show, which was 2 weeks before that. So we've been on a run, man, and there's a lot of good things happening. I'm telling you, even before we get to 2024, there's so much going to be done, and there's already a lineup for 2024. So,
man, that's so dope.
We're just moving, man.
I'm really happy for you, brother.
And we're doing this locally. You know what I mean? Like, I find that any person that works within your city, it's the hardest to get traction.
Yeah.
And we kind of got traction going outside, but now we're solely focused right here, because we are the ones out here. We are the ones that our name, there's no shit on our name. Your Lord Fury, myself, Supreme Jeans, DJ Merciless, there's no shit on our name. So the people know hip hop was always part of the street and part of the hip hop culture as well. But the street is very entangled. Yeah. The street loves us, man. Yeah. And they're going to love us more because we put people on too. It's not just about us. It's about everyone. It's about the city. Yeah. So let's go.
That's really dope. Can you talk to us a little bit about, you mentioned right now it's popping for you, but you had to put in some work. When you came back into the game in 2016, you had to go outside for a little bit. Talk to us about that, what you did, how you moved to come back into the city, to be like, this is hip hop in Toronto.
Right. We're just, honestly, it's just, besides pen to paper, like my man Merciless knows I recorded at Merciless's house. I was there, especially I'd say around 2018 when I really started finding my groove. Yeah, is because I was going there so much, and just honestly, hard work is necessary in this. You can't get to, and I'm still not happy with the level I'm at. Like, I'm not stopping. I'm grinding, but besides that part now, you have to be. We're sensitive about our music, right? This is coming from our heart, but you have to be able to let it go. I know so many talented brothers that have piles and piles of music just sitting there. You got to give it to the people, get criticized, see where you're at. You don't know where you're at until the people get a hold of it. And the shit that you might think is the worst shit might be their favorite shit. So you're sleeping on something that you might have a gold mine right here, a whole diamond mine right here, and you don't know. You have to give it to the people. So being of the people and just constantly giving out, going places. I went to LA, my man Riggs, The Cloth, Mav, all those brothers. Ben, they did like an LA show. Anytime we did some shows in Jersey and Philly, we did shows in New York City, just any little invite, top shelf premium shit, any little thing where this thing is moving, let's go. Yeah. Let's go. And for Toronto, we have to cross that border, right? Yeah. So it makes it a little tougher. Like I just watching, I'd see Bub Styles like in 2018, 2019, and he wasn't necessarily on the stages yet, but he's at anything that's happening in this thing, whether it's in LA, no matter what, I'm pulling up until I'm on. So just seeing that type of hustle, I was like, yo, we have to do the same.
Yeah. Shout out Bub Styles. He just jumped in.
Yeah, Bub. See, I speak.
Yeah.
See that.
Right when you mentioned his name, he so good.
And this is divine alignment. This is divine. I haven't even talked to and I plan to hit my dog up just now because we're gonna make a New York trip soon. We're planning one, so we gotta come check you, brother. The mayor.
Yeah. That's really, really dope. You know, you talk to us about how the momentum is going,
Right.
how you just crushed this show. You
Right.
got 2023 projects, but numerous singles and featurings. Is there anything that you could share with us in regards to what's coming up next?
Me and Juco have a crazy tape with my man Jesse. Like, I have so many projects that are like right at the done part. Maybe there's artwork left, some videos left. Me and Wiz have Let Me Talk My Shit Part 2.
Wow.
Me and Sibs have some shit coming that's cooking. That's me. Me and Finn are like a track out. Man, honestly, there's so much feature. Like Huss is part of one of those joints. We got Eddie Kane as part of one of those joints. We got Bubba's part as one of those joints. We got my man Shotty. I've been working a lot with Shotty.
Yeah.
He's
Shout out
so
Shotty.
fire. That's
EA
another
Snorts.
diamond that
Actually, there's a banger that y'all got.
Yo, Shotty, another diamond.
Yeah.
And I know that's someone that probably understands me more than anyone. Like, he's disgusting. His 10,000, 20,000 hours is put in.
Yeah.
He's gonna reap his rewards when that time comes, right?
Yeah.
So we're just moving, man. Honestly, I've plotted so much and I've planted so many seeds that I'm just watching them grow. And when the one that's bearing fruit is ready to bear fruit and drop,
Yeah.
that's the one going.
Yeah.
I let go more now instead of like being so particular. Like, this has to be exactly like this. Like, having that part is good. You need it. But like, sometimes the organic is just let it go. Let it, whoever, I told all those brothers that I mentioned, whatever's ready first, we're putting out. Because I'm ready.
That's dope.
Let's go.
And the other thing that you do really well is your merch game's on point.
Salute.
Right?
Salute.
The vinyl, the CDs, tapes, the hoodies, right? The way you roll it out. Yeah. Any advice that you could give the artist to like watch your grind and hustle, and they're like, yeah, how does he, you know, how do you do that? You know, are there projects that you're like, okay, we're gonna do a complete rollout, and others that are more loosies? You know, what is the strategy from a business perspective on how you do merch?
Right. When we do merch, we take more time, right? So like, even like Bite the Bullet time, that's more on Future Wave. Future Wave did a lot of that energy, and we took time. See, and this is what happened with the Streetz. Like, as you start going more into this game and you start really, music wasn't always the thing that I said I'm going to go and pursue.
Yeah.
But I always had a connection with people that were involved that I didn't know I can call and ask for a favor.
Wow.
Until now I'm part of this. Like, oh yeah, my man does this. And it's like my man Scrambler Gang, who's doing my merch now, Flacco. It's just like all these relationships you've been tending to and needing to for I don't know what reason end up coming to be the best. And they have the best. And now I'm sitting where maybe I started, let me just Google something and see China and see what the prices are in this. Maybe I started like that. But eventually, now I'm closer to the table of like, let's see all these fabrics. Let's see the best quality we can get. Yeah. Let's see there. So what I suggest, though, to answer your question, with people doing merch, don't have expectation to make a whole lot of money. You know, I think people think just because this is this, I made 50 shirts, I'm going to sell 50 shirts. Right. There's a lot of giving away. There's a lot of hold this, you know, like, it takes time. It's not going to just happen. Yeah. So trial and error. And that goes along with putting out the projects. Like, let it go, man. Let it go and see. And if people aren't fucking with it, I give it to my people. Like, yo, wear that. If I see them wearing it, they want to really wear it, not just to support me. I catch them in pictures someday, like, oh shit, that's looking fly. Yeah. Then I know I got something. Then I go forward. Like, I have a special, the drop that I got for the new merch that's coming. Oh, the collab with it. It's gonna be. I know the jacket I wore last night. Yeah. I have a new logo. My man Darky made. He's actually a legend out here. He does Drake's merch, actually. He's from around my way, Scarborough, man. Scarborough legend. He does Drake's tour merch, and he created my new logo, right? And it's called Peace Beloved. You know, it's the universal peace sign. Yeah. And I want to separate it from what I was doing. Separate it that it doesn't necessarily, if you didn't know I rapped, what is this? I just want to see this, and what is this? And we found this look. We did this logo. How it came about was so organic, so beautiful. And then my man Jesse, who is a vintage guy, anyone that knows vintage clothing He is a vintage god out here, and he F is in Frank, by the way.
Yeah.
He got Yeezy dropped the Gap. Remember Yeezy Gap?
Yeah, he did the Gap.
And
Mm-hmm.
they didn't get released. So because he's the vintage god, he got all the stuff that didn't get released on these high quality t-shirts. And then I went over to my man Flacco and I said, Flacco, I need high quality patchwork. We're gonna do something special. And I got a nice number of pieces that's gonna be, even if you didn't, that Yeezy Gap shirt alone, people are buying for whatever type. That's already exclusive.
Yeah, so
now
the Yeezy Gap didn't get released because Kanye had all the comments he said about Jewish people.
Right.
So everything got canceled. So they had all this stock.
All the stock. And my man, you can go on his website right now and buy the plain t-shirts, buy the plain clothes. My man, he said, I'm going to put that to the side for you. Wow. When you want to do your merch when I release on my own web, I have a release plan. Y'all, you're getting that exclusive right now, me talking about it, but I have a release plan and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's going to be dope. And it's just special stuff. You get to a point where you can do this. I love fashion. Yeah. Fashion's a thing that I love too.
Yeah.
Right. I just love getting fly, and I have great fashion people around. Trey Paul, like the jackets that this guy makes me a jacket every show. Just
it's so
dope. Trust me to make this. Back in like 2017, 2016, when I started again, he's part of the reason too, because he fucks with me. He just loves my vibe, my energy.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's like, yo, I want to make you the brand of. I want
your music. And your music. Your music's insane.
Right. And he made me the brand. He made me I'm the hang tag. You buy his jacket, I'm on the hang tag. You know what I mean? And we just been rocking ever since. And that brother, I don't even ask questions. He's like, yo, I got you. He'll send me little things like, you like that? I loved it. And then by the time we get to the show, yo, come pick this up. It's crazy.
Wow.
Something crazy.
That's so dope. Yeah, the joint you had on yesterday with the on the back.
Universal piece.
Yeah, so
it was
dope.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire. That's all handmade. That wasn't a patch. That's the logo that I'm rocking with, but he handmade the logo himself with lambskin, and he had like some rose lambskin friggin' sleeves, and I call that the Dearly Departed jacket. That shit is beautiful.
That's dope, man. Yo, so you are at the Opera House yesterday. What other shows you got coming up? Because you just did another one with Conway. You had the Styles P. You're on these big shows. Right. Yeah, this is part of the groundwork. The team is working. Like Lord Fury grasps that part, and we're putting in the money that we're doing this ourselves. There's no. You can't. People complain about like, why am I not invited, or why am I not part of this, or why not? Go do it yourself if you can. And unfortunately, some people might not have the access to do that stuff themselves. Yeah. But you will eventually if you keep working hard. You'll find your place if you keep working hard. Yeah. For us, we're not looking for the handout. All right, we got to drop some bags. Fury has relationships. They're Moon Cricket, so he's a Wu affiliate, right? Him and Merciless, and they just called in. Like even the Ghostface and Styles P show wasn't even supposed to happen. Wow. That was because the Conway show was actually supposed to be in the Ghostface time, and then he broke his leg. And last minute, we're like, yo, we paid for this venue. We're not taking the L for the venue. Fury's like, yo, Ghostface, I need a favor. That easy. Boom. Bang. He's there now. Wow. So now we made the next date for October 12th. And Conway, there's miscommunication, and he was actually going to Europe on that date. Got it. Where we thought he was finishing his American part, and he's like, I can't do that date. And we're like, what? Styles P, yo, we need a favor. And then now we worked out the date. So even all these, it's divine. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we couldn't even be. We're not even upset. Like at the end of the day, it worked for us. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like the challenge gave you a gift that will even. You planned a Conway show, but if somebody would have told you you're gonna go through some adversity, but it's gonna be Ghostface, Styles P, and Conway, you never would have believed it. Never. Wow. And that's the funny part, because someone did tell me that, like, we were stressing out. We were like, what are we doing here? Do we just take this loss on the venue price? Like, no, we can't just take this loss. And I remember my wife
felt my energy, and she's like, yo, you need a massage, but not like that regular massage. She took me to some like spiritual type of, it was like they used like the sound wave massage, whatever. She put it on my stomach, and she just said, this is like probably a month and a half out of, we got the news from Conway and we don't know what we're doing. And she's like, yo, she just told me, she's like, you're stressing about something. You're performing on a big stage, but don't worry, it's going to happen anyway. I was like, all right. You know, and I just remember.
Yeah, you didn't know how.
Resonating in my mind, like, you know what? I can't worry about what I can't control. Let me worry about what I can. And once you let go of that little energy, things just start picking up, man.
That's so
beautiful,
dope, man.
Yeah.
That's really, really dope.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the incredible show you had last night, the amazing things you got coming up in the rest of 2023, 2024. We've been talking about the Don't Reach and 7th album. You know what I mean? But if we could rewind a little bit and tell people about, you know, your background. So you're from Toronto, right? But your roots are in Belize also. Right. Talk to us about your upbringing and that part of it.
Yeah, born Belizean. My mom came here to Canada when I was young, like 2 years old. My dad didn't come right away. My mom already had her papers for Canada because she happened to be born in Vancouver. Wow. That was just like my grandma was pregnant when my grandpa was on some type of business school trip type of thing and happened to be born in Canada. Wow. But she didn't know nothing about Canada. She was raised in Belize. And she had me young, right? Like 18, 19. And she's like, yo, Belize doesn't have opportunity at that time. So she's like, let's come out here. Didn't know anyone. She tells me all the time. I had like $300 or $400. She knew like one family out here. We don't have no family out here. So it's really been that part of like, I think that drives my community, wanting community, because now we come to Toronto where it's very West Indian. Yeah. And you see the Jamaicans, you see the Guyanese, you see the Trinidadians, and they got their community. Right. And you're seeing them like, you know, in boatloads. I have a best friend here. Yo, his family's at everything. Everyone's here. So yeah. So growing up like that. And then on top of it, I moved a lot. We didn't stay in one place. So I moved from east to west, mostly in the east end of the city, but moved a lot. I went to like 8, 9 different public schools before I hit high school. So that alone was already just like it added character. You know what I mean? Added a character. So being that, and it added a drive to, I want to create family. I want to be able to have stability. You know what I mean? And what I did have was 2 parents. You know, a lot of people that I grew up with didn't. Right. But when I realized it a lot, and it wasn't easy with 2 parents. Right. You know what I realized a lot.
Hey, when dad is around,
my dad is around. He's around, and he's giving me gems. But they had no choice but to be together a lot of times. Wow. Because it was just them, right? So it's like back to the wall, even through their hardships. Like they went through it. You know, there's times where they're going through it, but like they had to stick together. So that also gave me that loyalty, like you know, like above all, this is your family. You got to stick with your family, you know. So, and my dad been through a life himself. So he talked to my homies, and he'd share. Growing up, he'd share a lot more with my people more than me, and that would affect our relationship. Where I'd be like, yo, why you don't rate me? Like, why are you telling me these stories? Why am I hearing it from my friends, you know, or hearing it from his friends? But like when you get to this age now and you get to this time, you see why people do certain things. You know what I mean? Why these things. So I'm happy to be where I'm at. Why I'm here, my journey to here. I used to sometimes hate, like, why do you guys come to Toronto? All our communities in LA, in New York. Like, why did you come here? I used to get mad about that, but I had to be here. My people, my tribe is here. Yeah.
Now it's really cool too, because it's like, I know what you mean, because my dad is from Chile and my mom from Guatemala. Oh, we got that Mayan thing. We got that Mayan belief in the Mayan and Guatemala.
We're west of you, right? Yeah. We're right there. We're brothers.
That's right, man. Mm-hmm. But you know, like I grew up in places where there wasn't a big community of, you know, I grew up where there was Puerto Ricans, Salvadorians, Cubans. I'm in LA now, Mexican, right? I never had that whole, but it makes you unique. It makes
Right,
you
it
unique.
does.
So you grew up.
It does.
There was nobody else from Belize,
None.
you know?
None. And especially in Toronto, there's no even Puerto Ricans or Dominicans.
Yeah.
So on top of that, in the culture, you're seeing, like, especially for women, women are seeing these Puerto Rican, Dominican dudes, and I'm the only one that looks like that out here.
Yeah.
That was a win. That's
a win. That's a W right there.
That was a win.
So, hey, have you had a chance to go back to Belize? Have you visited? Do you ever do that?
Yeah, I was there. I started this year there, but I go often, man. I go often. My grandma turned 85 on my mom's side, so I went to go celebrate that in January at the start of the year. But yeah, most of my family's out there still. Like a lot of my family, so that's home. You know, we have some businesses we're trying to get popping out there, and you know, now it's coming back over there because, to be honest with you, like the reason my parents came out here is for opportunity, right?
Yeah.
And now that you see where the financial standing of the world is in the Western world, it's like, what is here? What is here really? Yeah. I mean, America has more opportunities than Canada. If you're not big corporate, going ground up for your own business, you don't get the support. It's hard. It's hard. Yeah. We're not working for no bank to try and go up levels and be the CEO. Like that dream, or working in GM building cars industry, that type of lifestyle that's out. Yeah. So you can't even be the daily worker and expect to have a house and
they've gutted the middle class. The middle class is gutted. It's gone.
It's gone. So instead, why not make our money work for us back home? Yeah. Where it's warmer, we get more for the dollar. We're not paying all this fucking tax. Yeah. Sorry for my curse words.
Yeah, no, it's good.
And we're gonna go make it work out there. Yeah. And if we go down with the ship out there, we go down with it out there. We're home, you know, rather than here giving these people our money.
Better food, better weather. You get the arbitrage of the power of the dollar or the Canadian dollar.
Right.
It has more value.
Right. Right. Yeah. So that's the goal too. And even bringing the music and bringing some of what I've got from here culture over there. Yeah. So a lot of stuff is going on over there.
Well, Belize, a lot of people, they have the first hip hop president. Because of Shine is going serious. Yep. You know he's going to run.
Yep, of course. His dad is the first black prime minister of Belize. So that's right in his blood. Like he's going right in line. You know what I mean? And he's doing his thing. And like that, now you see that's also a financial move as well. Yeah. You're seeing Belize open up. All these brothers, Reggie Bullock, NBA player, bought an island out there. What's my man from Houston? Rap a lot.
Yeah, I can't remember his name right now.
The name is slipping me.
Yeah.
We know who we're talking about.
But he's the right.
He bought an island out there. Like those brothers have money, but you're not supposed to have island money. But in Belize, it's there and it's beautiful. Like I've seen the keys and all those. It's beautiful. It's right there. Like gotta make it work, man.
Yeah.
I gotta put my money in the pot. So
that's really dope, man. Talk to us about, we talk about money, we talk about making moves. Talk to us about brown bag money.
Brown bag money, that's not really my thing. That's Danielson's thing. Yeah. You know, when we started, we kind of like, you know, we had our own relationship, but that's his journey. You know, we did a lot of music in the start. He's from out here, he's doing his thing, and I wish him the best. Yeah. But that's a separate lane. That's not my thing. Supreme Jeans over there.
Yeah. The work that you've done with him is dope. You've worked with a lot of artists.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You mentioned in the beginning a lot of artists that you're going to be dropping projects with in 2024. Right. Are there any artists that you haven't had a chance to work with yet that you would, you know, that would be a dope connect, that you're like, you know, I really like their grind, their hustle, what they're doing? You work with a lot of people.
Yeah, though. I'm sure there is someone that I'm not going to remember right now, but it will happen. Like I'm a fan. You know what I mean? Like, especially example of Shadi. I'm a fan. Even Danielson. I was when I first heard him, I went and sought him out. Like, oh shit, you're from around the way? Let's work. Yeah. And I've been Juco. I sought brothers out that were doing their thing. Like Snacks, like his brother Black too. I love when I hear dope shit. Let's work. Yeah. Let's work. And then on a level, maybe someone a tier higher than me, that's coming too as well. Like, you know, like we put in work here, people are noticing now. So we got the knocks at the door, and we're just working. It's like there's so much verses, so much Lucy's. It's I'd be Tupac right now.
Yeah.
I'd be past Tupac. If I passed away, God
Yeah.
forbid that happens.
God forbid, away, but the work is there. You're putting it in.
There's thousands, like thousands, literally. So
what is that process like for you? Because your flow is dope, your lyrics are dope, the idea, everything's original, the way you combine things, you know what I'm saying? When somebody like what I did, you know, today and the last couple of days sits down and listens to your discography, right? You're connecting ideas, you're doing it beautifully, you're putting together words that are uncommon words to use, you're touching on topics in a way that's special and unique. What is your creative process like? What is it like when you record? Do you do pen to paper? Do you write on the phone? Do you record right there as you do it real time and right over the beat? What's it like for you?
It's literally all of the above. It's not so much pen to paper too much anymore, but like I'll go to the studio. I might have. This is the thing. I live on the road. I'm in my car a lot. So like a lot of my rhymes, especially the first maybe 4 bars, 8 bars are right here. I'm just on my phone thinking, I'm in traffic. Another part of my brain works when I'm in the car. Sometimes I'm just driving in silence. And it just happens. I'll be like, yo, let me put on one of these instrumentals. I have so much good producers around me that send me. I have endless amount of production. Endless. That's what I'm grateful for the most.
That's good.
So now it's easy to say, all right, I have all these folders already in my phone. Put this beat. Oh, this is crazy. Boom, boom, boom. Yo, Merciless, I have time between, I'm on the road right now. I'm coming from the West. You got 5 o'clock? Yeah, I got 5 o'clock. Boom. Pull up, record that joint, put on another joint. Let's write this, record that joint. I might leave, come back with 8 more bars. Yo, I'm coming back. Because he lives close to where I am. So it's like, yo, all right, let me go over there, record that joint. Where I'm at right now, it's just that. It's that simple. It's not even too much of a thought. But to get to that point before, it was just being at home and just really concentrate, just putting in hours and hours. Like, yo, I'd make it almost not like a job because it becomes rigid. But like anytime I think about music, put on a beat at least. If nothing comes, then nothing comes. But if something comes, boom. And that there's like 2 years, like 2020 to 2022, 2020, 2021. Those 2 years, I exercised this pen like crazy. In the COVID time, I exercised this pen like crazy. And didn't play. Like and let's record it all and see what it is. Let's get there. Like, and collabing with my brothers, like, yo, you like that? You like that? I like you there. I don't really like this. Yo, Ace, if you're like that, now you're seeing me play with my tone a little bit more. I'm not so much just before I was just now you're hearing me a little bit more play with my tones and get a little more swaggy on them. So it's work, man.
That's dope.
It's just building to that point, and that's why I can't wait for like you like 7th. What's coming after that? It's just gonna be it's gonna be another level, and I know it.
That's dope, man. That's dope. The visuals have been on point. Talk to us about the creative process when you create visuals, right? Do you come in with an idea? Do you have directors that you're working with that they're kind of the ones that go with the idea? Right. How does that work for you?
I'm blessed, bro. A lot of times it's Mercenary did a lot of our videos early, and still he's a monster. He's doing a movie. Like a lot of times I might have a starting point, but by the time he reshapes it, he might take some from the starting point. He does what he does. It's honestly a blessing to have someone like that. And now the other like Finn and Merciless and these guys are just picking up, yo, we need this done. Mercenary is doing the movie thing now. We have to find someone else to pick this up. We pick it up and make it happen. Like everyone puts a piece in. Merciless is another. Finn and Merciless, they produce, they engineer, they do all the other. They put the package together, all the pictures that look right, all the when we're rolling out the merch, all the rollout stuff, all the content. Those guys put their masters on the computer and stuff. So I'm just blessed, man, and they believe in what we're doing. So it's just like, yo, everyone plays their part. So to be honest, it's not just here. It's like, yes, the final stamp because it's my product, but at the end of the day, it's just a collaborative effort.
Yeah, that's really good, man. You have an amazing team around you, and the work that you guys are doing looks incredible. It's at the highest level. It's professional. It sounds, looks amazing. The rollouts are incredible. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
So one of the things that I was asked to ask, right, when I put out that I was gonna like interview you, was for you to talk to us about the beard. I think you got one of the best beards in hip hop for sure. I know people tell you about this all the time.
Sure.
What is the secret of the beard?
For sure. I don't know, man. Like Fury brings me on stage with like the friggin' most crispy or the sexiest beard out or some shit. But
the sexiest beard in Toronto for sure.
In Toronto, 100%. You know what? I stay groomed, man. I stay groomed. I like being neat and clean.
Yeah.
And you know, you get older, the hair starts going a little bit.
Yeah.
I got the same. My hair, I used to have long hair and braids, and you know, and it used to be. And when I pull it out, afro like crazy, and now it's hair now. So I gotta have something to keep clean, and this is part of it. And it just grows like, you know, it's that Spanish blood, the black blood and the Spanish blood. I know it made a chemistry that just. It's just seasoned. There's perfect, miraculous seasonings in here that are just sprouting. Like I could cut this off all tomorrow.
Yeah.
And in exactly a month and a half, I'll have a decent beard.
It'll be back strong.
I'll be back.
That's dope. That's dope. Now, one of the things, you know, with the success that you've had and the dopeness of your discography and of your vocal tone and how that, you know, we're kind of like in this golden era, Renaissance 2.0 of hip hop, right?
Right.
When you look at the metrics and you look at the data of where people are consuming your music, what blows you away when you see, like, you know, some of the other countries that are out there that are like big fans of what you're doing? You're like, oh, you know,
it's impressive. And that's what motivates us to keep going. That makes us know that it can be a business.
Yeah.
That we can thrive in this and fine tune it to get even better. I see like South Africa, we have like a base in South Africa that's crazy. Shout out my South Africans if y'all in here. And there's like that Japan, that France, like it's unbelievable. This is the thing. It's a gift and a curse. Just like I said, there's a thin line between good and evil. The streaming stuff, you know, Spotify and all those things, they don't really pay you what you are, but like you need those platforms to get it out. So they do a service to get it out. Now, what you have to do as a businessman, once you get to a point, you got to find who your real core fans are and how you're going to monetize your fans. And that's what's beautiful about our niche is physicals. We do that with vinyls and CDs and stuff, and our people collect. It's like it's part of like the hip hop and collector, the collector market. Like if you see, I see on Netflix those collector shows where guys are going over here to get this rare piece, and that's what you're creating 500 pieces.
Every time you do a drop, it's only 200, 300, 400 vinyl. That's it. That's all that exists unless you do a volume 2. But then that's second printing.
Yes. And then we're even into that realm. So now you created that exclusivity for yourself. And that's something that I see like the trap lane, they don't have yet. You know, I mean, they can sell like their t-shirts and stuff, but like if I was a trap guy right now watching like someone like Westside Gunn, because I'm sure he's probably on a trap guy
for sure.
Why not do this in my lane? You know what I mean? It's puzzling to me. I talked to some of the young boys. I'm like, yo, why don't you guys want to do this? Like, nah. I'm like, whatever. But there's it's always about cornering the market and supply and demand and creating demand. So again, now you're seeing the vinyl market kind of not sell like it was. Like in 2018, 2019, 2020, you put out anything and it's pretty much gone. Now consumers are being more fickle because there's more people in the game, right? And financially they don't got it like they did either. And
the world's in a recession, whether they want to call it that or not.
Right. And then on top of it, you got 100 more artists that you didn't have before. So now you're really like, this is a new guy I like. This is someone else. So that's going to take away from maybe an old favorite. So it's really about, I think, servicing your fan base, you know, your supporters, and doing it in a creative way. Like just keep working and give them some stuff for free. To me, I feel like I lose sight when I think too much about the money part. Like, yes, we're in it for money, but let's not just be about money. Let's not lose creativity. Let's not just do something to get money.
Yeah.
It's about just going at this a long road. And I find that the other opportunities start coming.
Yeah.
Like, just start throwing themselves at me. So like, even I'm seeing shows like tours and stuff. A lot of these labels like Live Nation and stuff.
Yeah.
Touring is coming back.
Right.
Big time. Right. So like, that's a lot of the business I'm seeing going, and that's why we're doing these shows too, to put our foot in this game to see, oh, what does this look like behind the curtain, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
multiple ways.
So, no, and money is almost like a nuisance, right? You want money to be able to create the highest quality art that you can and to live well.
Right.
Beyond that, you know what I'm saying?
What else? What
else?
It takes a maturity to get to that point, right?
Yeah.
And it also takes going through money sometimes to get to that point. Like, some people never had money before, and a lot of these brothers never had money. So sometimes the poison to have money and then get a lot of money, you're gonna lose that more than likely.
Right.
I think my brothers around me, we've gone through money and ups and downs that we know the risks. Some risks might be higher than others, but like we've taken worse risks and we know what we're doing. Like, we're in a place now. It's not about, I don't need to go buy the rapper kit. You know, I don't need to go buy. I have chains, I have all this type of stuff, but I could upgrade and have this. I don't need that. I'm not here for that.
Yeah.
I'm here to really, and not to say I'll never get that, but yo, let me buy assets. Let me get these properties. Let me get that point. I'm really living, really taking care of my family. Like I was talking to one of Boy Wonder's good friend at the barbershop yesterday, and he's just talking about like how long it took him to get to his point, how much he was known, and how much he remembers when he got the call for the Eminem and Rihanna track. Yeah, he was telling me this story yesterday at the barbershop because we were talking. He's like, I see what you're doing. I love what you're doing. And he's like, he's like, yo, he showed him like a ticket. And I hope I'm not stepping out by telling the story, but I'm sure it's okay. I don't even know if he's in here, but so he's like, yo, he showed me the bank. He like went to pay, they're eating food, and he went to the ATM to take out some money, and he had like $1 million on the ATM thing. And he's like, yo,
it's really in there. Like it's really in the bank.
I just hit now. So if you think about Boy Wonder's, this is like 8-9 years towards him getting his first million. But once that hits, it hits. So like, it's not about that. And his name's been out there to that point. Drake had already done all his stuff and whatever. Yeah. To hear that, it's like, yo, it's not about that. You're gonna get, and not to say he hadn't made chunks of money, but like that substantial one. Yeah. This game is not for the weak. It's not for the timid. Yeah. It's for the resilient. Ooh. And resiliency will get you. And it's not just in rap. It's in anything you do. If you're resilient in anything, because no matter what we do, there's going to be someone that, my wife does Better Butter skincare. There's a million people doing skincare products. Right. There's a million people selling hats. There's a million people friggin' painting. But the people that succeed don't stop and are resilient and believe in every little fork in the road or any little dead end. Yeah. You might turn back and find another path. That's good. You know, so those are the ones that win. And I knowing that is enough for me because I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. We just getting started out here, right? Woo! So that's good. Let's go, man.
That's good. That's good. There's a maturity in your music where you have lived a lot and you've gone through a lot of different things, right? There's experience in your bars. You have gone through some adversity in life, right? Anything that you want to share on that you know is things that are hardships that you've gone through that we can hear it in the music and things that you've gone through in life personally that you've overcome.
Yeah, I mean, if you listen to me, my real supporters, they know, like, you know, I've been shot, I've been through it all. You know what I mean? And those, regardless, there's a lot of brothers that's been through this as well. It's how you deal with the trauma after. right? Because I didn't even think it was trauma after. I don't. That life is moving. You know, you have to keep it moving. But if it doesn't make you better, then you're still living in it, right? And that's all. It's just, yo, take this. I'm alive still, because really at the end of the day, it could be death anytime. I'm alive, so something has to be happening, you know. And if that story is really deep, and that story, I shouldn't be alive, really, realistically. Like, I know this for a fact. So just knowing that I'm out here to do something, let me find that purpose. Let me find that real purpose. Yeah. And I'm always searching for that. That's just who I am. That's how my mind works. After a show, I barely sleep. I think about every little thing. I just want to know that I'm in my right path, and this is what the alignment's about. And that's why I say, because then you can overthink something like that too, where now it's like, oh, you're trying to control this. Yo, anything I can control, I'll try and do the best thing. But things that are out of my control, let it go. And that was just like my shooting, my adversities were out of my control. But in the moment, I handled what I could handle. Yeah. And I got out the right way. All right. So next time, what do I got to do to not be in this position? Yeah. Right. And what do I got to do to maintain? Because sometimes your money and your traumas go hand in hand. Yeah. So it's like, do I cut off my friggin' own arm just because of this? Right. Like, you can't. Like, you still got to live out here. But you also, all right, transition. And I say it in a track off 7th, I understand transitions why I'm prolific. They threw me in the sewer, I got scientific. A hustler could maneuver through the worst positions, the worst conditions. The world's conditioned. So I'm just basically saying, like, you got to get through this. Like, you got to know transition. You got to know how to transition. So that's what we're doing, man. Yeah. No, I love that. One of my favorite quotes is by Charles Darwin, and it's because, you know, he studied like all of the different animals, and the quote is, it's not the strongest or the smartest of a species that survives, right, but the one that is best able to adapt. And he came up with the whole theory of evolution. And what he realized was that there was fierce animals, there were really smart animals, but it's the ones that could adapt that survived. And that's what it is out here. That's what we are. And we're the animals too. Adaptability is the best. People are adapters. You could just watch careers of people. We get examples. Just look at a Jay-Z. Yeah. Look at a 50. Yep. You don't tell me those brothers didn't adapt fully. Yeah. And there's some people that they probably grew up with and made pacts with, like, we're going together, that are not there because they can't adapt. That's good. Not even within their own personal relationship. Yeah. So all the people that could have been with him the whole time, someone like 50, let's say like a Bangham Smurf or someone, if he adapted to 50's lifestyle and just whatever, not even the whole world, he probably would have been there right there. Right. So you just see that people go because they're not adapting with you. Yeah. Too, that part too. So I love that Charles Darwin. Yeah. Shit. That's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, that's really, really dope, my brother. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing everything. You talked to us about what you got coming up in the rest of 2023 and 2024. Really, really dope. Any shout outs you want to give as we start to wrap up? Shout out Supreme Jeans, man. Shout out the city, Toronto. Shout out the supporters, anyone that cops anything. Just stay with me, man. Just stay with me. Stay watching. We're going to let y'all know regardless. We're paying for ads, so you're going to see it. And we got the marketing strategy. We got product coming. We got product. We got beautiful, like I was talking about, the Beloved. I have a new website about to drop. AsunEastwood.com still there. We got very minimal product on there right now. Everything's pretty much gone. The inventory's out. But we're going to start over again with some new, fresh music is coming. Me and Juco got to take 2 birds. Me and Wiz got to take Let Me Talk My Shit. You're going to see me and Imperative have a tape. I Am That I Am, it's called. Man, there's so much music. It's just stay with me. Yeah, just stay locked in. For sure, man. Thank you so much for the interview. Thank you so much for all of the dope music, my bro. You like, I want to share this with you because I listen to a lot of artists, what I do, and I talk to a lot of MCs. You have a very special place in this game. Your voice and the way you put words together is incredibly unique. And I'm a huge supporter. I love what you're doing, and I can't wait to hear everything you got coming.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
So
Thank you, Cristopolis. We'll stay locked in. Make sure you send me your email, send me all your stuff, because I want to send you care packages as well, because your part of the game is needed as well.
Thank you.
This helps us have a platform. And I watched, like, I don't just go into any interview. I went through your page. I see what you do. It's beautiful. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And let's raise each other up, man.
Hey, I love that. Thank you, my bro. Salute.
Love. Peace and love.
We'll go soon. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Peace and love.
Peace, my bro.